So there should be consistency in writing and speaking. This is a common mistake. Like most common one is using rather than. Give me a sentence using rather than. Go ahead.
I'll watch movie tonight rather than going out with my friends.
So this is grammatically wrong. Surprised, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just typing it here. I'll watch movie tonight rather than going out with friends. Okay, why is it wrong, Disha? Let me help you. I'll watch movie tonight rather than. Now, what do you will watch? You will do this, then that. Similar structure is needed. Okay. Same sentence. Let's put it this way. So you got I'll watch movie tonight rather than go out. So this should now you've got a similar structure. There you've got watch, here you've got go. You cannot have watch and going.
Okay, ma'am.
Otherwise, it's not a parallel structure.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Can you now give me one sentence using not only and but also?
Not only I like coffee, but also tea.
See, in spoken English, okay, they may be accepted. But in your academic writing, which is grammatically correct sentences are needed. No, this is wrong. Not only I like coffee, but also you've shared another one. Let me get that also. And that sentence is correct. So what's the difference between the two? Parallel structure. After not only, if you put noun or pronoun, verb, adjective, adverb, take care of that. Accordingly, you have to put a parallel thing after but also. Now here, after not only you have put I, and after but also you have put tea. Not only I like coffee, but also tea. Somewhere you've got I like coffee, complete clause, and here you've got just one word. They should be structured in what way?
But also I like tea.
I like not only coffee, but also tea. Oh, it has come in plural, doesn't matter. This is the way it should have been. I like not only coffee, but also tea. Got it? So I like not only, what do we have over here? Coffee, but also teas. Both places, one word, one name is there. In your sentence, what was it, Disha? Not only I like coffee, you've got a complete clause over there. I like coffee, but also tea, then you've got only one word over there. So there's no parallel structure. You cannot keep a clause parallel to one word. Clause is like a sentence, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, Dhruval, on the other hand, like has given this not only I, but also my friends. So both places, I, then my friends were playing cricket in the garden. So we're playing cricket in the garden goes for both. Okay, I decided to call Ria rather than text. Correct. This is also correct, Dhruval. So sometimes there is like a parallel structure is missing even in the clauses, different clauses that you have in a sentence, right? When I say I like coffee, I like tea. So these are clauses, group of words with a verb, which makes proper sense is a clause. So let's look at all these different types of sentences where parallelism gets affected. Okay. And then see how we can make them correct. So now can you correct this sentence? I've already shared something with you. Correct it now. What is wrong? I would prefer to shop at the mall rather than buying things from small shops.
Rather than buy things from small shops.
Very good. So this rule is clear to both of you. I can see that, right? Rather than rule is clear. Let's move on to the second one. Now, what's wrong with this? I'm fond of reading novels, listening to music, and I love to play outdoor games.
I'm fond of reading novels as well as listening to music, and I also love to play outdoor games.
What did you say? Just give me, let me type that. So that,
Ma'am, may I tell one more sentence?
yes.
I am not only fond of reading novels, but also listening to music and playing outdoor games.
I'm fond of, come again.
I am not only fond of reading novels, but also listening to music and playing outdoor games.
Good, that's correct.
Okay.
That's correct. Very good. So that rule is clear to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Now I'm fond of 1, 2, and 3. Correct? That's what it is.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's look at the first sentence. I'm fond of reading novels, listening to music, and so I'm fond of 1, 2, and 3. That's the way it should be. What is happening over here? I'm fond of 1, 2, and A, that kind of a thing. So reading novels, you've got a phrase here. Listening to music, you've got a phrase here. And then after and, you've got a complete clause. I love to play outdoor games. Instead, what should it be? And playing outdoor games. Then the parallel structure happens, right? I'm fond of reading novels, listening to music, and playing outdoor games. That's the way it should have been after and playing outdoor games. Now let's look at your sentence. This one clear? This is the way it should have been?
Yes, ma'am. I also find the mistake over here. That's why I gave you the second
Yours
statement.
says, I'm fond of reading novels as well as listening to music. And I also love to play outdoor games. So here you've connected the two using as well as. Good. And your sentence is correct. Very good. So that's another way of putting it. Okay, good, Disha. So this was another way of putting it. Good. And when you put 3 elements, they should be parallel. So I'm fond of reading novels, listening to music, and playing outdoor games. So what is the rule over here? Phrase or a clause. You match phrase with phrase or a clause with clause. You cannot have a phrase and clause. Like, okay. So 1, 2, and 3. All 3 should be either phrases or clauses. Now, what's wrong with this? It is believed that children should be taught how to compete and they can be successful only if they are goal-oriented. Parallel structure is missing, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
No, should be taught. This is in passive voice, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So should be taught how to compete. So should be taught one thing and second thing. Come on, match them.
How to compete and be successful.
How to compete and be successful. Okay, that's one way of putting it. Very good. And that's correct. Or it can be how to compete and be goal-oriented. That can also be there, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So you have a parallel structure. Now let's look at should be taught how to compete and that now here it's something different that you notice. What is it?
And that, yeah, now.
When you have a clause, right? It is believed that and that both places you've got clauses. That means there has to be a parallel structure, that clause, right? Because there are 2 clauses. Either we say that children should be taught how to compete and be successful, or how to compete and be goal-oriented. Then it is just one clause. Okay, and that's absolutely correct, right, Disha?
Yes, ma'am.
But if you have both the clauses, then it is believed that 1, children should be taught how to compete and that they can be successful only if they are goal-oriented. So the word that is missing. If you have to have a clause, then they should be taught that, then and that, how something should be done. And this parallel structure will make an immense difference to the way you write something.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct these sentences now. I'm giving you some time. Take about 2 minutes. Go through them. And then you're going to correct them. Okay, rather than join. First correction, Igwan. He's planning to launch a new political party rather than join an existing one. Very good. Correct. Absolutely right. So the mistake is here. Disha, the second sentence.
The CEO spoke loudly with confidence.
Okay, one and B. You always come up with something different, and that's correct. Very good. I like this about you. The CEO spoke loudly with confidence. One is this, loudly with confidence. In that way, we do away with the word and. But suppose we keep and, then how? So your variation of it was definitely correct, right? The CEO spoke loudly with confidence, and we say this without and. If we put and, that means we are talking about two different things.
Yes.
No, we cannot say the CEO spokes. That is wrong, Dhruvil. We cannot say spokes, huh? Speak, spoke. Spoke is the past form. That's correct. And don't put S with it. So the CEO spoke loudly. And then here, if it is loudly, here also after and, a parallel structure is needed. Loudly and?
CEO spoke loudly and confidently.
Very good. The CEO spoke loudly and confidently. One way. Or what you gave, that version was also correct. The CEO spoke loudly with confidence. But we cannot say loudly and with confidence, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Read it and give me the correct.
Vegetables contain not only minerals, but also they are full of proteins.
Parallel structure. When you say not only minerals, you are trying to have parallelism between one word and a clause. When you say, but also they are full of.
Yes. Vegetables contain not only minerals, but also proteins.
Very good. But also proteins. You see this parallel structure now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the fourth one. Let's move on to the fourth one. Potatoes are low in potassium, but have too many calories. Look at this now. Are low in potassium, but now you're looking at the contradictory thing. Low in potassium, but what's the opposite of low?
High in calories.
Yes, you get it now, right?
I thought that, but I thought that was wrong, so I didn't give that.
Got it now, but?
Yes, ma'am.
But high in calories, right? That's the way it should be. Clear? Doesn't it look parallel now?
Yes, ma'am.
Potatoes are low in potassium, but high in calories. Okay. So have you got the idea of parallelism in sentences? How to have parallel structure?
Yes, ma'am.